Hey guys, so today we're going to be analyzing the runoff results in the state of Mississippi. So as many people knew, there was a runoff election yesterday, I believe. It was on Tuesday the 27th. So if you were in the state of Mississippi, hopefully you went out and exercised your right to vote. Democrat or Republican, please always exercise your right to get out and vote for your favorite candidate. Now, enough with that. We're going to go on and look at the results. So Cindy Hyde-Smith, who was the incumbent Republican, she went on to win her re-election by about quite a bit more than 7 points, about a bit less than 8 points. Definitely something to note. In Deep Red, Alabama, she was able to win by 8 points and about 69,000 votes approximately. If we compare it to the Senate race that was done on the actual day of the election, of course turnout would not be the same, but still, you can see that Roger Wicker was able to win by a very comfortable margin, a good 19 points there. So, definitely something to note. Also, if we look at, let's just get rid of that. If we add up Hyde-Smith and McDaniel's numbers, it adds up to about 56%, a bit more than that. So Cindy Hyde-Smith should have got all the McDaniel supporters because they were more conservative than Hyde-Smith. So she should have got not about 54%, but about 58, 59%. Mike Espy was the only Democratic candidate. Sorry, not just Mike Espy. There was this guy, really didn't stand much of a chance of winning, but he was still able to get 13,000 votes, or 1.5% of the vote. So Mike Espy should have got about 42% of the vote in this one, maybe a bit more. He got 46, so Mike Espy outperformed where he did in the original election there, and Cindy Hyde-Smith underperformed. Now, there are a lot of reasons for this, but in my mind, the main reason is there were kind of 3 or 4 really big comments that Cindy Hyde-Smith made and her campaign made that were really detrimental to their chances. They still went on to win, but if this were in a purple state, she definitely would have lost that election. Even if this was in a slightly leaning Republican state, if this was in North Carolina, if this was in a state like Georgia, Arizona, these kind of slightly lean, even if it was in Indiana, I think it probably could have swung the election. That said, her comments were quite special to Mississippi, so maybe not. It really depends, but yeah, so she made a few comments, first of which I'll go over each one briefly. She made a comment saying it might be a good idea. She was kind of actively endorsing voter suppression, not a good thing to look at. Voter suppression, not a great thing there. Another comment she made, she was making it about a public hanging. Definitely something that is not appropriate in the state of Mississippi. She was then seen posing with a Confederate hat and a gun. And in the caption it read Mississippi history at its best, not something you want to look at there. There was another one I'm not quite remembering. But anyway, a lot of scandals. Mike Espy went through his own scandal, but it wasn't nearly as much as the scandals Hyde-Smith went through. Definitely something to note there, and that's probably what got the race within striking distance for Mike Espy. I thought that Hyde-Smith would win. My prediction, she would win by about 5 to 7 points. She won by a little under 8 points, so kind of right there, but perhaps slightly underestimating Hyde-Smith for those comments. If we look at where many of these people were able to run it up. What Mike Espy needed to do, he needed to get incredible African American turnout in many of these cities down here. Jackson was the main one, but he kind of needed to win Madison County. He had to run it up big in Hinds County, Warren County, and the surrounding suburban counties. What Hyde-Smith needed to do, much easier task. She just had to get about 1,000 votes over Espy in these kind of rural areas. She did that, and that's what got her the election. Pretty much kind of, yeah, oh, sorry about that. That's just my video planning there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate you watching these videos. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.